so I started to think, what is it that makes people come into something? What is it, as Dee was talking about, that draws people in? What is that thing? And then, what else is that thing that converts that person from being super cold, who have absolutely no idea who you are or about your business, and eventually they actually exchange money with you? What was it? And so that was my role. And within 6 months of being in that role, I took that nursery from 12 children to 60 children, making it a 6-figure business within 6 months. And within a few months going on, moving after that, we then opened other day nurseries, and we now have a chain, and it became a really, really fantastic business. And I remember going online, and this was when I discovered social media, because I would just sit up at night instead of being depressed. It was easier to just be on Facebook. So I did that. And so I was online, and people got to know me, and I started to live stream. I discovered this whole thing called live streaming, and I was like, oh, I can live stream? This is awesome. So I started to live stream, and I would have these day nursery owners from literally across the world message me, oh, Pam, how do you do this? Pam, how do you do that? And people wanting to have conversations with me, and I had nothing better to do, so I would have conversations with them. And, all of a sudden, people started to say, oh, Pam, can you coach me? I was like, what is coaching? What is coaching? I don't understand that word. And so that's how I started this thing, where I discovered that, yes, my baby was this nursery, but maybe, just maybe, God had a different plan. Just maybe I had a whole different baby inside of me. Just maybe, just being content with helping other people and just speaking to them and helping them to build their businesses, just maybe that could be the thing that gave me the fulfillment that I was really missing in my life at that point. So I started to coach, and I did this amazing thing called creating a course. Yeah, you know that? Yeah, so I created my first course, which I thought would be super amazing. And then I started to sell this course, and guess how much money I made? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. That was the first 2 years of my business. An entire 2 years. Well, I'm overstretching it, 18 months, nearly 2 years of my business. I barely made any money. Here is the thing, ladies. Did you know that statistics show that female entrepreneurs, 45% of female entrepreneurs are making less than £500 a month? Did you know that? Well, let's think about it, right? How many hours are you working? You're working probably 80, 100 hours. You probably don't realize it. I'll tell you why. Because even when you think you are not working, you are working. Yes. You are in bed and you are working. Right. You're in the shower and you're working. You haven't even opened your laptop and the work is done in your mind. So you haven't quite switched off. So we're constantly working, and when you realize and you look at how much money has actually come into your business, it doesn't quite cut it, right? And here is the thing, it's all well and good saying, I want to help people, and this is amazing, but helping people doesn't pay the bills, unless the money's coming in to actually pay the bills, to allow you to then help even more people. Are you with me? So the mindset is very important. So now I said that was my business for the first 18 months. Now that was a while ago. Now, within the last year, actually a year ago now, something pretty awesome has happened in my business. My entire business has shifted and changed. And I don't want to be one of those people who comes and brands figures, but I've been able to do figures that truly, by the grace of God, have been beyond my imagination. And today I really wanted my presentation to share with you the 3 things that have made the key differences in my business over the last year that has done that, and that has given us a global status. Now the first thing, and I want you to say it after me, is the lucrative mindset.
The lucrative mindset.
Fantastic, the lucrative mindset. What is the lucrative mindset? It's that mindset that removes you away from scarcity and from I need, I want, I don't have enough. But instead, it takes you to the land of more than enough. Because in order for you to discover and to experience that, you have to first see it. And I didn't realize that. I thought you had to first see the money in your account to then be able to then work backwards, to then to be able to actually achieve it, but that's not true. I had to first achieve it in my mind, the lucrative mindset. It's that same lucrative mindset that makes you get up every single day, no matter how hard it is, and you do it because when you're feeling down, that mindset picks you up and allows you to actually keep going, and without that, everything that you are doing will actually fall to the ground. one, the lucrative mindset. Number 2 was storytelling. Can you say it? Storytelling. So, in my journey, I discovered, when things were going really hard, I remember sitting one day and just thinking to myself, what was it that filled this nursery? What was it that allowed us to open several branches? What was that thing? Why did parents come in? Parents were coming in before, but they weren't converting. What was it that changed? And I discovered that the gift that I thought I had also buried, the gift that I thought that I had let go of, the gift that I thought would never ever serve me was actually the one thing that was actually serving my business all along. And that was that when people arrived and when people came to me, I wasn't trying to sell to them based on facts and all sorts of tactics. No, instead I just came with me. This is who I am. This is my story. And you know what happened? The walls came down. Because that is the thing about storytelling, right? Here is the thing I want you to walk away with. If you want people to buy from you, they must first buy into you. And when they buy into you, they will continue to buy from you. Over and over and over again. It's endless, right? They must first buy into who you are. Now, a lot of people say to me, oh, but Pam, I don't have a powerful story. I don't have this. Let me tell you this. The other day I was speaking in Derby a couple of days ago, and a lady who had missed half of my presentation came up to me in the middle, and she just tapped me on the shoulder, and I was like, oh, okay, hi. And she went, so what's your story? And I went, what? And she went, so what's your story? And I went, well, I do. And I just said, this is what I do. And she went, no, but that's not your story, is it? I want to know what your story is. And I'll be honest with you, the reason that I was reluctant to respond to her is because it felt like it was a story competition. Yeah, because she had a story of kidnap and abuse and because she spoke after me and I heard the stories, and she's just fantastic speaker, so I'm not putting her down, but it is not a competition. It is not a competition. I can tell you a story about my morning, and that's all that matters. I can tell you a story about yesterday, and that's all. Do you see the point I'm trying to make? You don't have to have a gripping story and somebody shoved you against the wall and that's why your life changed. No, that's not what it is. It's not even about the story. When I teach you about storytelling, you have to understand that storytelling is 40% story and 60% telling. Which means that it's not actually the story that does the job, it's the way it's told. Have you ever been in situations where you have two people and they're telling a story and one finishes and you're just like, yeah, yeah. And another one comes and tells the same story and you're like, oh my God, no way. That happened? No. The reaction is totally different because it was told a different way. Number 3, I want you to repeat this after me. A lucrative sales funnel. So remember, 3 things that changed my business. 1, a lucrative mindset. 2, storytelling. And 3, a lucrative sales funnel. So as I was trying to build my business, I realized that one of the things that was really, really holding me back was, of course, sales. But it wasn't just that, it was a little bit more than that. I wanted more from life. I realized that I didn't just want to build a profitable business, a business that makes money. I had that with the day nurseries. We do. I didn't want that. I wanted a lucrative lifestyle business. Because do you know that there are many people who are making money in their business, but they don't have any life? Yeah, I wanted more than that. I always knew that when God did finally bless me with children, which He has done, I knew that I wanted to be able to go to assemblies. I wanted to be able to do the school run and not have to be, not have to mind those situations. I wanted to be able to stop working at a particular time because mommy has to cook now because my kids are coming home at a certain time. I wanted that routine, those very things that some people, think is a bit much. When I didn't have, I craved those things that were issues for some people. I wanted that. So building a lucrative lifestyle business was important. And that was when I discovered that in order to achieve that, I needed systems. I needed automations. I needed things that would allow my business to run without me so that I can still be a mum and still have a business. And so can I show you what that looks like? Would you like to see what that looks like? What a lucrative funnel looks like? Fantastic. So, this is the main thing that I discovered. The reason my business has really blossomed in the last year is because we have this. And if you have some paper, you can do this exercise with me. Okay, good. I'm going to show you something. Some of you may be, are you familiar with the word value ladder? Some of you are. Who isn't familiar with that word? Some people aren't. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to quickly map it out for you because this is how I begin mapping out a sales funnel. Right? So you have a diagonal line, and if you remember what Dee talked about, and she said she has a high-end offer. Yeah? So this is your highest offer. In your mind, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to pick your highest, beyond your imagination offer. It doesn't matter what it is. Remember, it's beyond your imagination. It's got to scare you just a little bit. Yeah? So let's pick a number. 20K? 50K? Give me a number. 10 mil? Okay. That's what men. Okay, you give me yours.
No, it's good. I'm saying that's what men, most women, most of us actually.
Okay, fantastic. So this is the top of the ladder, right? Over down here is free. So if you remember when Dee spoke and she said to you, I'm going to give you something free, right? So down here is free. Now, what we did was, we have something free, we have something very, very high-end. Mine isn't 10 mil. I think I need to upgrade.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we have a couple of products here. Let's say we have a product here that's £20, yeah? Let's say we have a product, just go with me on this, that's £100, just throwing it out there. Let's say this is, I'm putting a cross there because it's going to happen. But let's call this 20K up here. Let's imagine that 100 people see your post on social media, yeah? 100 people see your post on social media, or they see an ad or whatever, right? So they see something offering them something free, and 100 people grab that something free. Can you guys see? Right, 100 people grab that something free. Now, so they're now in your funnel. Now, you have a product here of £20. Let's imagine that for £20, 20 people grab that. How much have you made? 400. Yeah? £400. Let's imagine from those 20 people, another 10 continue in that funnel, and they grab a product for £100. How much have you made? 1,000. Now let's imagine that they continue in that funnel, and they get to a page and they see an amazing video, right? That says to them, oh, you know, fantastic, fantastic. You know, you talk about some pain points, and you really get them. You make them, you allow them to understand that you understand where they are, right? And you then invite them to have a conversation with you, and your offer is 20K. Let's imagine that out of 10 people who see that page, 5 of them get on a call with you. Let's imagine that you are fantastic at holding a sales call, and only one of them, and this is when you're fantastic, only one of them does a 20K product. How much have you made? 20K. So how much have you made altogether? 21. Do you know what the beauty about this is? You only got out of bed. You only got out of bed here. When you made this money, you didn't have to lift a finger again. You didn't have to do anything else to make this happen. You didn't have to move to make this happen. You only got involved in this funnel to actually hold this call. And there are ways that you don't even have to hold this call by yourself. This is a lucrative lifestyle business. Last week, we were in Mallorca for the entire week, and I was with my kids. They're very young, age 2 and 4. And so, you know, when you're with your kids at that age, you're just with your kids. You're not really trying to do business, which is great. So it's very good to be able to switch off from business. Even though on the outside, I looked very busy. My team were doing it, which is really, really awesome. But in the last 2 days before we got back from the holiday, I was saying to my husband, and I said, oh my God, I was talking to him about one of our funnels, which has several products, but one of the products in that funnel, I'll tell you, is a £17 product, and for every 5 people that goes through that funnel, 3 of them will buy. We have another product in that same funnel that's £49, And within 2 days before we got back, 21 people had purchased that product. I was in Mallorca with my kids. I wasn't interacting with this at all. If you want to build the business of your dreams, and I'm talking about both financially and in a fulfilling way, and by fulfilling, I'm talking about a business that affords you the time to be able to actually do the things that matter to you the most. You've got to have systems and processes working for you like this. You really do. So the first thing is the lucrative mindset. The second thing is storytelling. You might be saying, where does storytelling fit in with this? Well, it's exactly storytelling that sells each of these products. Whether it's storytelling via copy, sales copy, I'm nearly ready for that, by the way. Whether it's storytelling by sales copy, whether it's storytelling by video, whether it's storytelling when somebody gets on a call with you. When I get on a call with people, I'm not trying to sell them anything. I'm just doing me. When I handle objections, I'm using stories to handle objections. And you know what the beauty about this is? You might be saying to yourself, oh, but Pam, 100 people came into this funnel. Only 20 of them went here and continued. What happened to how many is left? 80. What happened to 80 of them? Can I show you what happens to 80? Yeah? This is what happens. So you have 80 people who have come into your funnel here, and they have bought this £20 product. So 100 people came in, 20 went that way. So now you have 80 people remaining. So what's happened to them is they are now part of your subscribers. They are now in your warm audience. In fact, a lot of them are smoking hot. That means that they are nearly ready to buy, but they need a bit more TLC. They need to know you better. You need to court them. I'm sure we don't accept the first marriage proposal we receive within a week. No, we don't. We go the extra mile, we get courted. So that's exactly the same thing with your ideal clients. You've got to spend some time with them, nurture them, build them up, and get to know them. And we do that over email. And I really love, if you know Gary Vaynerchuk, I really love the jab, 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 right hook. Who knows that? Yep. I'll tell you how that translates in my business. So this is what we do. So we send an email. Jab, jab, jab. Right hook. What does that mean? Value, 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 offer. Value, 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 offer. So I'm not constantly trying to send you an offer. No, I'm giving you so much value that you should really pay for. That's how good it's going to be. Value, 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 offer. So you have 80 people here. Imagine these 80 people open your emails and say another 20 buy this product. How much have you made?
400.
400 on top of what you had made before. Do you see how? It becomes really, really easy to impact so many people and to support so many people without having to actually spend every second of your day and not have any time for yourself, your kids. In fact, it's impossible to be able to do that. Is that ready?
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Oh, you're using my laptop. Thank you so much. Oh, let's move this out of the way. So, thank you. Let me just move this again. Okay. So, are you getting it? Who thinks that if they had something like that in their business, that it would change things? That it would be a game changer? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, who has this in their business right now? Yeah, a couple of people. Who has it partially? Yeah, yeah, good. I think most people, some people have it partially, which is where I was. I had it partially from the very beginning. You know when I said the first 18 months I wasn't making any money? Because I was partial. Yeah, I was partial. That means that you came into my email list and you kind of just stayed there. Yeah, or you came into my email list and it was spend 5K. My high-end products. There's nothing wrong with having a 20K, 100K high-end product as long as we understand that there is a process to somebody doing that. And you know the beauty about this? that really, really showed me that I was on the right track. I remember one time a lady sent me a message, and she said, "Oh, Pam, can I get a call with you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a little bit busy, but have a look at this, and then if you still want to book a call, go ahead." And this was a webinar funnel that I sent to her. I didn't think she would. This webinar presentation was about 45 minutes. Within an hour, she sent me a message, and she said, "Oh my God, I cannot wait to speak with you." And I thought, okay. So anyway, she got on a call with me, and within 5 minutes of speaking, etc., she went, "Just tell me how much it is to work with you, Pam. I'm already sold. Just tell me. I'm sure it's around 10K to work with you." And I went, do you know why? Because at that point, I was charging only £500. And she said that. And I had two emotions. On the one hand, I was very excited that somebody had seen such great value in me. On the other hand, I was incredibly sad that I hadn't seen the value in myself up until then. And that was when, of course, I raised my prices. So, I want to share with you, if it's okay with you, one way that I can help you implement this into your business. Is that okay? Yeah? Fantastic. Let me see if this is on. Okay, have you used yours? Okay, fantastic. Okay, all right. Still having some tech issues, no problem. So I want to show you how I can support you to build this into your business. I have something, my brand is called The Lucrative Lady. Oh, we're nearly there. My brand is called The Lucrative Lady, and we have the Lucrative Business Academy, which is what we do. Thanks so much. So how do I control it? Left, right? Or the clicker? Sorry, guys. Thanks so much. Would it work?
Yeah, it's working.
Just left, right.
Thank you. Let me just... Oh, okay. Does it need to connect? Thanks so much.
Normally we can use the arrows on the... Okay.
Whilst we wait, we have a few options. I can tap dance. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Take a pic. Just let me know what you want. Okay. This I'll just literally be 5 minutes once it shows.
Can I ask a question also?
Yes. Oh,
So I would love to know what your value ladder looks like. So,
Oh,
like what your £20 product is and your £49, if you're willing to share that.
Absolutely, I am. I don't have a £20 product. I have a £17 product, which sells incredibly well. And it's a sorry, I'm blank. It's what is my £17 product? It's a tool. It's a tool. It's a sales tool, sales script tool. And my £49 product is my membership. Then I have a. It depends on the funnel. It depends on the funnel. So let me go funnel by funnel. My live event funnel, for example, I still have that tool. Then I have a 97 product, which is a VIP ticket. So the product before that is obviously ticket to the live event. Then I have a VIP ticket. Then I have a 297 product, which is a mini course. And then you arrive at the live event, right? It depends. It depends on the funnel. Is there a reason why you asked, so I can maybe elaborate?
No, I was just curious as to how they were converting so well.
That's how
it's
or
great.
why?
Well, no, how as in what it is that you're offering, and obviously you're obviously hitting some good pain points with that. So I was just curious as to what they were. So
I see.
that's great.
I'll be incredibly honest. Is it ready now? Thank you. I'll be incredibly honest. Once you have to be really good at messaging. You've got to attract the right people in the first place. If you're selling, let's say you're selling water to somebody who lives by the river. Do you see what I'm trying to say? It's like, well, I don't need what you're trying to offer. So that was the biggest work for me at the beginning, just that pre-work of really, really understanding my ideal clients, their pain points, and then matching up my messaging, and then matching up my stories to that. Is it working now? Okay, thank you. Sorry to involve. Do I still have 5 minutes to do this?
Not 5 minutes.
3 minutes?
We're moving really behind time now.
Okay.
Okay.
3 minutes?
2, sorry.
2? Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Good. Excellent, let's do it. So I want to share with you a couple of things. If all this did was, building a funnel in your business, if all this did was allow you to cut back the insane working hours and for you to take regular computer-free holidays with your family, would be worth it. Yeah? So if it allowed you to stop worrying about money and instead take home an income from your business that you deserve, would it be worth it?
Yeah.
I thought so. If all it did was help you to live out your purpose and have the impacts that you were created to have, would it be worth it? I thought as much. It was the same for me. So let me skip forward. So there are so many things. There are so many times that you can try and error in your business, right? There are so many times before you run out of money. Yeah, keep nodding at me because I'm speaking through. Before you run out of time. Yeah. Before you run out of self-belief. Yeah. Before you run out of desire to keep going. Yeah. And of course, before you run out of opportunities and support from loved ones. I have so many friends whose husbands are on their back, like, get a job now. Yeah, which is not great. So I want to show you what I've discovered since working. So, the Lucrative Business Academy, we are running a sales funnel program over the next 8 weeks. And I want to give you the opportunity to come into the academy for a whopping £1. I know, right? So, for just £1, come into the academy and you can try it for a whole 7 days and try it out. In the academy, you have access to all of our programs. You have access to our live events. Come and meet us for our monthly breakfast. Everything that we have to offer. Join me every single Wednesday for mentoring it live in the group, etc. You have access to all of that for 7 days. However, next week, after the 7-day trial, we begin something called the Lucrative Funnel Building, which is what I've been sharing with you for our academy members. And here's what we're going to be doing. In the first session is mapping out your value ladder so that you know, answering to your question, exactly what goes in to make it convert. That's the first thing we do. The second thing we do is your lead magnet, that free thing. What is it that will work well for your business? The third thing that we do is your one-time offer. This is your lowest product, right? We build it out, map it out, create it, do the landing page, the copy, connect it to email delivery. Week 4 is your magnetic order form. Why do I call it that? Why? Because when people get to fill out an order form, that's when they start to have buyer's remorse and they haven't even bought, right? So I discovered how to make people stick and actually go ahead with their decisions because I know I'm about to help them. So that's what I teach you how to do there and we do together. Week 5 is what I call the profit maximizer. This is what increases the value of your funnel. Week 6 is another product, your upsell. Week 7 is your thank you page, which leads people to your high ticket offer. And then week 8, I share with you how to drive traffic to your funnel organically. If you want to learn how to do paid traffic, we also do that later on with a member of my team who is a Facebook ads expert. So this is everything that we will be doing. You can try the academy for a whopping £1 for the first 7 days. And the academy is £49 per month, but there is no contract. It's up to you. So try it for 7 days, see if you love it, and this is where you join. However, it's only for 10 people because my academy members are already part of it. So if you want to try it out, all you'll be debited today is just £1. This is the link, and you go over there. The first 5 people who join from today, I will also be gifting you something that will help you to be able to take speaking in your business, like I've built my business with, to the next level. So this is the link to go to, and you just fill out that form. It'll probably take you about 20 seconds, all of that, and you will be able to get on board into the academy, and for £1. Thank you so much, guys. Woo! It's okay. We got there in the end.
I know.
Tech and law. Thank you so much.
That was amazing. I'm telling you, when you understand how funnels work, you would know how different it can make, the difference it can make in your business. So